Today I'm bringing you several updates, and I've been saving these for several days because I wanted to go ahead and bring them all to you at once so that we can talk about them. First one is going to be about the GoPro Awards program. So the GoPro Awards program is something that they've been doing for a little bit of time, and the cool thing about it is that you can actually get weekly cash. So you can go ahead and submit footage, either raw footage, pictures, or edited footage. They have different categories, some for your pets, some for if you're at a charity event and you record yourself, or different events. And so they have different criteria, and they're really fun things. Some of them are about sports, and so I think you guys are really gonna enjoy them. All of you guys that have a GoPro, and you have a chance to go ahead and make money just by bringing your GoPro with you and shooting footage and submitting it to them. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the link for you guys. Check it out, and I'm surely gonna be go ahead and submitting some of my footage because I always have it with me, or I have it very frequently with me. I bring it with me just because it's a really fun camera to have, small, and you can go ahead and turn it on and just capture the moment. So that's the first update. The next one is about a very cool selfie stick, and this is called the PowerGrip H2O. The PowerGrip H2O is a selfie stick that you can actually not only use it as a selfie stick for your GoPro, but also for your cell phone. You can mount most of the cell phones there, and it holds charge. It has an internal battery. The battery is about 6 GoPro batteries, fully charged batteries. That's how much charge you can hold in there. So that's like bringing 6 GoPro batteries with you, and as any of us GoPro users, you know that we go through those batteries pretty fast. So that is really cool. A selfie stick that charges the GoPro while you're using it, and on top of that, it's actually waterproof. It's giving you something that I have not heard of very much, which is underwater charging. So if you buy the little kit for it, it actually protects all the contacts and it seals them. It's watertight, so that you can actually take your GoPro underwater, and at the same time you can be charging it, which is really neat. To be now charging underwater, that was, before we had GoPros or sport action cameras, that was just unheard of. Charging your camera underwater, at least not that easily, and at least not while using also inside while using your selfie stick. So this is all in one, and it's a really cool project. It was actually a Kickstarter that got funded recently, and you can get it. I think it's about $100, and it's definitely worth it. It's a very nice selfie stick as well. It's pretty good size, very durable, very well built. And I think I'm going to be trying it out and checking it out. Maybe I can give you guys a full review of it. The next thing is going to be about the Sigma 20mm 1.4 art lens. And so that category of art lenses, of course, they are very good as far as sharpness, very good quality image. They've been really making reputation of their own ever since they were released. And so there are several ones out there by Sigma, very good quality. And so they just released that 20mm 1.4. Now that makes it the world's first full frame lens that wide angle, ultra wide angle, because it's under 24 millimeters. So under 24 millimeters is ultra wide angle. So it's a 20 millimeter and 1.4 at that wide open aperture. So that's why it makes it the world's first. And I was very curious to see that it was released shortly after one of the new Lotus lenses that Carl Zeiss released, which also was what they consider the world's best wide-angle lens right now in terms of quality. But of course, the Lotus lenses, the Otus lenses, that they sell, those lenses are very pricey. They are on professional grade level, and those are thousands of dollars. I believe that those are very. It makes actually Canon N lenses look like not as professional, even though they are very good lenses. But compared to the Otus lenses, those lenses are twice usually about the amount of cost of a general, $1,500 L lens. Those lenses are usually like $3,000, $4,000. So there are of course Canon L lenses that go up to that high, but the Otus lenses have their own category. And so Carl Zeiss releases that update. Then Sigma releases this a couple of days later. So we do know that Sigma is a great company that has been making very good quality and affordable lenses, and that's one of those companies that I think the big boys, they always are like, wow, they have to keep an eye on and watch out for, because Sigma is really good. Actually, they've been releasing these art lenses, and personally I have not tested one yet, which I might do actually very soon. but I have colleagues that have been using them and they work great. They're very happy with them, and the results that I have seen online about the quality of the images are superb, are really, really good, comparable to some, you know, twice as expensive lenses. So that's going to be you know, something that I like to try. I'll definitely give you guys a review if I try them out. Those are great lenses from what I heard. So the next update is about Panasonic that was recently interviewed, and during that interview it was mentioned that they're going to be focusing more on the philosophy, a little bit less on the technology. Many of us that we are reviewers and we're always keeping an eye on the news and checking, you know, keeping an eye on technology equipment and updates, we're wondering really what that means. So we really don't know what that means, but we do know that their cameras, they were talking about their cameras, of course, their plans are to have 8K resolution, their cameras recording 8K resolution, and by 2017, 2018. So that's going to be something really nice. We know that I was mentioning on my last video that GoPro is also looking into having 8K on their GoPro Hero 5. So that's going to be something that we can go ahead and expect on newer cameras, or at least I will give it probably 1 or 2 more years before we see 8K resolution and more cameras. I mean, GoPro is probably going to try to get ahead, and they have always, you know, tried to stay ahead of all their competition. So we'll just keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on Panasonic and see what they really mean by focusing on their philosophy. And the last thing that I have is, of course, the A7S2, A7S Mark II is shipping. So it's already been shipping. They mentioned that they would have it released towards the end of this month, October, and it's already been shipping. I checked out on B&H. It seems that it's actually sold out by now, and they're going to have another batch coming up here in the next week. But that is a great camera, and the highlights, of course, is that being able to shoot at those high sensitivities, at those high ISOs. I remember recently on an event I was talking to a colleague of mine, and I said, you know, we have cameras. He could not believe it that we have cameras such as this camera that shoots at 409 ISO, right? 409,000 ISO. And so you know, just this is an amazing camera that we really want to take a closer look at. I look forward to getting one of these very soon. Probably not in this first batches, but I'm gonna definitely look at one of those, because when the lights go out, the A7 is the one that keeps going, the one that keeps recording at those high sensitivities. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. There's gonna be also new lenses. There's gonna be 7 new lenses of the full frame FE mount for Sony, and those lenses will be coming in 2016. So that'll give us a full collection of about 20 lenses, and 20 lenses is a great that's a pretty good size, and I really hope that they have an 85mm in there. I've been considering getting the 85mm the Batis from Carl Zeiss. It's a great lens, but I'm kind of waiting and seeing. I want to see my options before I jump into that one. That one is a great lens, of course. It is for, you know, the Sony cameras, but I want to see what Sony comes up, and because their lenses are really good too, and of course their partnership with Zeiss helps that amazing quality that you get only from Zeiss lenses. So those are the updates that I have for you guys. What's on my desk? So this week I have actually private event that I'm going to be shooting. But on top of that, I have 2 other events. One at the Japanese Friendship Garden. That's going to be their Moonlight Viewing Festival, the Moonviewing Festival. And so that's going to be happening this weekend on Friday and Saturday. I'm going to put a link if anyone would like to come. If you're in Arizona, check it out. This is really cool. This is one of my most beautiful places here in Arizona, I think, especially if you like Japan or Asian cultures. It's just a very beautiful, peaceful place, and they're going to have their Moonviewing Festival, different artists performing. So I'm going to be working there, and then the next one is that I'm going to be working at El Día de los Muertos Festival, and that is the Day of the Dead Festival. So of course we have closer to Halloween now, we have the Day of the Dead, which has nothing to do really with Halloween, but it's a cultural event, and actually commemorates not only you remember the people that have passed, your loved ones, but also commemorates life. So that is a great event that I'm also going to be working on. So I have a full weekend. So those are some things you guys could be looking out for any updates, and I'm going to give you those, and I will put links also for that one. So that's going to be here in Phoenix, Arizona as well. So if you're in town, check it out. Both of the festivals are really cool. So those are the quick things. I'm going to put my quote of the day at the end of the video to keep us motivated, and thanks so much for watching.
He's not ready. You're never ready. You go when you're ready enough.